Shalom Shabbat la so Shabbat the Doro time to the Ola. Name Bene Otizola. Kisha Shayman Masa Shadai Shamai. With the eyes of Masi Shabbat Nafa. Maluchineka, Malukimineka, Maluteka, Maluchiseka. El Shaddai Malek, El Shaddai Malak, El Shaddai Lola Mae. Marusha Kabo Makuto Lola Mae. Marukabo Loimi Kamo Malek Yo. First of all, I'd like to give all honor and praise to the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, the great, mighty, revered God, the Most High God, who bestows loving kindness, possesses all things, who remembers the pious deeds of the patriarchs, Most High, slow of anger, great in kindness, forgiving iniquity and transgressions, who by no means clear the guilty, visiting iniquities of fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation. The Most High's work is perfect for all ways of justice, the God of faithfulness and without iniquity, just and right to see. You may be seen. First of all, I'd like to give all honor and praise to the leader of Bene Zach and Maccabees, my father, Chief Eliezer. Yeah. To the chief men, princes, brothers and sisters, I say unto you the tongue of my forefathers. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
This takes a certain mentality, man. To serve this God takes a certain type of mentality. And we will only acquire this type of mentality in time of putting in work, in time of increasing your fear, in time of increasing your belief in God. Because when certain laws come across, it shows whether you agree with God or not. See, the Most High put certain situations before us to see our decisions, to see our choices. This is why God proved us. This is why God tries us and he proves us. He proves us concerning the laws of God to see how much do you agree with God? Because it really depends on how much depends on the belief that you have in God. That's what it determines, man. The belief that you have in God will determine how you feel. How you feel, how you react towards certain situations, whether you accept it or not.
True.
And being that we was not raised in this way of life, being that we have started serving this God, we realize who the true and living God is. Doesn't mean that you 100% agree with everything that God says. The beginning of all this is to believe. Because belief is going to trigger actions. Belief goes hand in hand with you conforming to the standards and the curriculum that God set. We're going to go to Deuteronomy 5. This takes self-reflection, self-work. We got to work on ourselves. We have to do more work on ourselves because I'm noticing that we, as a people, claim that we're going to serve God and we're going to do his laws and this and the other and the other. But when the Creator puts certain situations before your face, now it really shows whether you agree with God or not. When the situation comes before your face, this is just the proving grounds. God is proving you. God is proving us. And he's going to prove us and try us concerning the standards and the laws of God. When he put forth certain situations, or you begin to go through certain things, when husband and wives go through things, when children and brothers and sisters and sisters, brothers and brothers. Let's read.
Deuteronomy chapter 5. And Moses called all Israel and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, the statutes and the judgments which I speak in your ears this day, that ye may learn them and keep them and do them.
That you may what? That ye may learn them
and keep them.
Keep them
and do them.
You can't keep them if you're not being taught. In order to keep the laws and the commandments of God, you got to be taught. You got to know what to keep. You got to know how to keep it. You got to know what to do and what not to do. But there has to be someone to show you, which means every one of us need a guide. You cannot get to God without a guide. The children can't get to God without the parents showing them who God is. Depending on what the parents teach the child will depend on their path. The wives can't get to God without their husbands. You can't get to God without your husband. Because wisdom was commanded to dwell in the sons of man.
Right.
God commanded wisdom to dwell with men. So the wisdom of the laws and the commandments of God is going to come to the husband, to the men first. Now it's the man's job to command his household after the principles of life. After the principles of life. And the principles that gives life. The principles that gives life is these laws, commandments, and statutes. Now, we ain't going to agree with everything that we read in this book. But can you come to terms with yourself? Can you come to terms with yourself? Realize that you need work with yourself. Right. Realize that I'm getting into all these situations all because I disagree with what God says. Because according to what you agree with will determine will determine the reaction. Right. Will determine what I get angry for. Will determine what I disagree with. Will determine situations. Let's read.
Verse 2.
So, to learn. A teacher's job is to teach the people. I said the teacher's job is to teach the people, letting the people know the disagreeable consequences of breaking God's laws. Okay. I said there are consequences that comes when we violate the commandments of God. And when we continue to disagree with what God said, guess what happens? We distance ourselves from God. I said we push God away. You know why? Because when you show God that you disagree with his laws, once you disagree with what God said, forward thoughts begin to accumulate and develop within your head. Now, when these forward thoughts comes to my mind that that are opposite from what God said, now there goes the strife and the debate. Why? Because there's someone that's not agreeing with what God said. We have to train ourselves to agree with what God said, disagree with what God says, love what God says to love, hate what God said to hate. Yeah, there are certain things that God love and hate. There are certain things that we read in the book where God says it's an abomination. It's abominable in my eyes. So these things that God said that is abominable, we have to look at it as abominable. The things that God loves, we have to train ourselves to love those things that God loves. The Most High said, listen, man, he said, look towards the rock from whence you was hewn. He said, look to Mother Sarah. Woman, the men, look towards Abraham. These are two examples that the nation of Israel are not looking towards. The men are not looking towards Abraham as their examples, and the women are not looking towards Sarah as their examples. When are we going to let certain things go for the purpose of serving God? I said, when are we going to let certain things go for the purpose of serving God? Do you truly love God? Do you truly want to live this way of life? God commanded us, he said, love me with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. He said, I'm the only one that get that. He said, you know why I'm the only one that get that? Because I would never turn my back on you. Regardless of what you did, regardless of what we did to God. We turned away from God and started serving God as a wood and stone. We turned away from God and started mingling with the other nations. But God still accepted us with open arms. That's a love. That's a love that never dies. Unconditional love. Unconditional love. You know why God said give him that? Because there's going to come a point in time when children separate from their own parents, to where the parents love the children unconditional. But the children don't love the parents unconditional. They have limits to their love. Sometimes you may have a husband that loves his wife unconditional, but it's not reciprocated. And sometimes you have a wife that loves the husband unconditional, but it's not reciprocated. So now God said, love me with all that. Love me with all your heart, soul, and might. Give that to God. Because there's going to come a point in time where I got to separate. I said, there's going to come a point in time where I'm going to have to separate. You know why? Because you done separated yourself from God. So when you begin to separate yourself from God by doing things that is contrary and opposite and strange, now I will begin to look at you as strange. Because you done made yourself strange with God. By doing the complete contrary, the complete opposite from what we read in this book. Let's read.
Verse 2. The Lord our God made a covenant with us in Horeb.
The Lord our God made a covenant with us in Horeb. He made a covenant with us in the desert. He went into covenants He went into agreements, and we didn't keep our agreement. We didn't keep our side of the bargain. A marriage is an agreement. This is an agreement between two people. That's why God said, I hate when a man has to put away his wife. God said, I hate that. Why do you think King David went and got back his wife, Michal, from Paltiel? Why do you think he went back and got her? He said, that's still my wife. Even though the father sent her away, he said, give me back my wife, man. And he locked her in. Didn't go into her no more. But that's still my wife. Tom She.
The Lord made not this covenant with our fathers, but with us, even us, who are all of us here alive this day. The Lord talked with you face to face in the mount out of the midst of the fire.
He said God spoke to us face to face in the mount out of the midst of the fire. The presence of God came down on that mountain and incinerated the whole mountain range. The whole mountain range. Millions of people before this mountain. And the mountain is on fire, skipping. Why? Because the presence of God done animated that mountain, which allowed it and caused it to skip. The presence of God incinerated the whole mountain range. Next thing, they hear the voice of God coming out of the midst of the fire. They heard God's voice. I said they heard the voice of God. For God brought these people before Mount Sinai to instill fear in them. To instill fear in them. God ain't bringing us nowhere to instill no fear. You got to develop your own fear for God. Here alone. I say we have to develop our own fear for God. We cannot develop this fear for God sinning presumptuously. We cannot develop this fear for God overstepping your boundaries. Because God got boundaries. The boundaries that are set, we read about it in the book. These are the lines and the boundaries that we should not be crossing. We shouldn't be crossing. We can't cross. Because to cross these boundaries and limits is to die. That's how you start looking at this. And you have to be your own battery pack. You got to be your own battery pack. You got to boost yourself. You gotta talk to yourself. And tell yourself, I have to fear God. I cannot continue to overstep with God. And even though you may like something, but you're in violation of the commandments of God, stop. It ain't worth it. It's not worth it, man. And the reason why we don't look at these things like this is because we don't believe jack doodly squat. We don't believe nothing. We claim we believe. We claim we believe, but we don't believe. We don't believe, man. Because belief triggers action. You truly believe, you're going to stop playing with these laws. You can't develop your fear sinning presumptuously and violating laws and commandments that you know that you shouldn't be violating. We're not taking this serious. Let's read.
Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 5. I stood between the Lord and you at that time.
Moses said, he said, I stood between the Lord and you at that time. Moses was high power. Moses was high power. Moses was high power. High power. that man was no joke. God said there would never be another prophet like unto Moses. Moshe. Moses was different. He said Moses was the meekest man. And because he was so meek and faithful, God saw that quality in him. He said, I can deal with him. I can show him secrets. God said, I reveal secrets unto the meek. So in order for God, the more you're meek and humble, is the more God can work with you. I said, the more meek you are, is the more God can deal with you. You know why? Because Moses never mentioned what God did for him. Never. He didn't go and throw that in people's face, talking about, oh, God dealt with me. I'm the No. Meek. No, he was meek. That's why he didn't do that. He was meek. That's why he didn't move that way. There are certain actions that's going to come about with a person that is meek and humble. Meek and humble. Those are the type of people that God guides. Let's read.
I stood between the Lord and you at that time to show you the word of the Lord. For ye were afraid by reason of the fire.
What verse you at?
Right.
Go ahead.
For ye were afraid by reason of the fire.
For ye was afraid by reason of the fire. In the presence, panim, or the face, or before the fire. Read.
And went not up into the mount, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Introduction. He said, I am the Lord thy God. He said, I'm God. And there is no second to compare to me. You can't compare nobody to me. Because I'm like no other. I'm the one and only. And God had to come out with that deadly introduction because we was a people that served gods of wood and stone for 430 years. We took on the ways and the customs of Egyptians. And the so-called Israelites today, every last one of you that call yourself an Israelite or call yourself the son of Jacob or call yourself, oh, I'm a Hebrew. We all have nigger mentality. We think like niggas, man. We think like niggas, man. We heathens, man. Look around. Visit the camps. And all you got to do is have a conversation with the men and the women. We are heathens. There's no difference between you and them.
That's true.
We heathens, man.
That's true.
How the hell we gonna get close to God thinking like heathens? Oh my gosh, man. The man is heathens and the woman is heathens. So if you don't agree with the laws of God holy, then go, man. Don't come back. Because all you're going to do is cause problems, arguments, debates, strife. Why? Because you don't agree with what God says. And when a person starts to move according to the standards that God set, you get angry.
Yeah.
You got a problem with it.
That's right.
But God accepts it, man.
Okay.
God accepts it. What's our problem today, man? What is our problem today? We have to look in the mirror and tell ourselves We have to talk to ourselves. Talk to the evil that you got in you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you recognizing that you have evil in you?
Mm-hmm.
We have evil in us, man.
Yes, we do.
We're evil. And we got good in us.
Mm-hmm.
But don't allow the evil in you to take over.
There you go.
I said, don't allow the evil in you to take over.
Mm-hmm.
That's why God said, rule.
Mm-hmm.
He said, rule it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Rule it. Sin is going to come to your mind.
Right.
There are thoughts that's going to come to your mind that's contrary and opposite from what God said.
There you go.
The only way you can pinpoint these ideas and thoughts that comes to your mind that are opposite from what God said, you got to read the law so that you will be able to tell the difference between a good thought and an evil thought. So these thoughts that's harboring in my head is contrary from the book.
Mm-hmm.
These are not godly thoughts.
Nope.
These thoughts that comes to my mind is opposite from what God says. Eject it. Rule your spirit. Don't allow yourself to give in to those evil, wicked thoughts.
Right.
Because the thoughts that comes to our mind is according to how you are. That's why I came to you. I said the thoughts that comes to our mind is who you are. God used who you truly is. God used your own evil and the own wickedness that you have in you against you to see if you're working on yourself, to see if you're going to reject it. So no, I don't accept how I am. I have acknowledged that the evil that's in me needs to be eradicated and worked on. You can't continue to argue with God. You can't continue to disagree with what God says.
That's right.
Come on, man. And it's sad because we get into arguments and debates about what God accepts.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make sense. We don't believe God. And the God of Israel is not your God.
Mm-hmm.
God is not this God. God can't serve this God. I'm going to tell you like Joshua. I said, I'm going to tell you like Joshua. We worse than them people, man. We worse. Because we have a hard time agreeing with what the book said. We have a hard time agreeing with that. We can't serve this God. He said, because he is a holy God.
Right.
He's a holy God, man. So he gave us holy laws. Because the only thing that's going to make you holy is the keeping of the laws of these commandments and statutes.
Okay.
That's what makes you holy.
Okay.
You can't be holy. Who said that?
Mm-hmm.
Who said that?
That's a wicked person.
Who said you can't be holy? I can. I can be holy. Oh yeah, I can be holy. You know why? You continue to speak positive things.
Mm-hmm.
We have to continue to speak positive things,
Yeah.
speak godly things, start speaking these things into existence because your words have power.
Mm-hmm.
Spells. You know what a spell is? A spell is words. And you enchant these spells over and over and over. It begins to have an effect because words have power. Especially if God reiterated it. Genesis through Deuteronomy came from the mouth of God. And God said if you read it every day, in time, it will have an effect on you.
Mm-hmm.
How will it have an effect on you? Because you will begin to learn to fear God. you will begin to, your heart won't be lifted up above your brethren.
Mm-hmm.
Your pride gets muffled. So reading that law has an effect. The person with the less pride, a person with less pride tends to back out. They won't continue to. Say that again?
They're not confrontational.
Say that again.
They're not confrontational.
A person with less pride is not confrontational. When you come with the strife and the debate, the person with the less pride backs down. It's not for me to be pushing and you, we both pushing. I'm trying to show you I'm tough and you trying to show me I'm tough. God says seek peace. Seek peace. You know what's that for? That's between brothers and brothers, sisters and sisters, husband and wives. Seek peace. You like to argue. You want to argue. I don't want to argue with you. Rib. You my rib. You my rib. And if you're uncomfortable, then I'm uncomfortable.
That's right.
And it's my job to speak to you concerning your heart, concerning how you feel. Isn't that what the brother did in Judges 19 in the Hebrew? So when I'm coming to speak to you according to my heart, according to your heart and how you feel, I'm trying to make peace. My goodness, don't have me keep coming and speaking and begging and pleading and pleading, but you keep pushing me off. Don't push me away because you hurting me. I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I'm hurt. I'm trying to seek peace. I'm hurt. No, don't go. No, I don't want you going nowhere. Man, we won. I love you, wife. There ain't nothing wrong with letting your wife know that.
That's right.
God did it.
Yeah.
God did it to us.
Right.
I said, God did it to us.
That's right.
But you know what we did? We turned our back on God. God come, he said, man, my hands. We said, I'm waiting for you to return. He said, I'm here.
Yep.
Return. Even though you done lay down with the Moabites, even though you done lay down with the Ammonites, you done been everywhere. But come on back. Come back. Come on back. Come on back. He said, because I done made a covenant with your father. I made a covenant with him, man. So there's nothing that you can do to push me away.
God stand on his own word.
God stood on his own words. I said, my God stood on his own words. And he didn't break it. He didn't break it. Let's read.
Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Read.
From the house of bondage.
From the house of bondage. Read.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. The Hebrew word for other is akare. It means to go after. Okay? To go after. It means subsequent to. Subsequent to means to have the same view as. And if you look at it the same way that they look at it, that means you think the same. And because we think the same, these type of people can't serve God.
That's right. That's true.
Because your thinking pattern is not a Hebrew thinking pattern. It's a heathenistic way of thinking. It's a heathenistic way of thinking. to be in agreement with, to follow, to resemble. To agree now, to agree means what? To accept. Whatever you agree with, you accept it. If you don't accept it, you don't agree with it.
That's right.
I said, if you
That's right.
don't train yourself to accept what God accepts, it means that you don't agree with it. You can't serve God. It's only about a matter of time when you find yourself on the other end of the stick, on the opposite end, because there's a time limit. God got a time limit with each and every one of us. The time is clicking. I have a time limit to get the things right that I need to get right with myself concerning God. And when that time runs out, God will call your name. When God calls your name, it's time to go. But before God calls your name, I need to get the things, certain things correct with myself.
Right.
Not with you.
No.
We have to get things correct within concerning ourselves.
That's right.
Which means what? How do we correct the things that is within ourselves? By acknowledging our faults.
Okay.
The only way we can correct ourselves is to acknowledge that we are at fault. To be able to acknowledge our faults so that we can correct it. You have to be able to acknowledge it and not be stubborn. I say, don't stubborn up with God, man. Don't stubborn up with God. Okay? It means to accept or have the same view as. So, if I accept you, I agree with your actions. If I accept you, I agree with your actions that is against God. If I accept you, I agree with your opinions. If I accept you, I agree with your feelings. If I accept you, I agree with your feelings and your purpose that is against God. So what is following after other gods? How do you follow after other gods? You don't have to be in the church to follow after other gods. I said you don't have to be in the church or the Muslim mosque to follow after other gods. Let me show you how simple it is. How simple it is to follow after other gods. By adhering to their practices. By adhering to their beliefs and teachings associated with other gods. Okay? Which means God commanded us solely to follow after his ways, customs, traditions, and practices. When we begin to incorporate other lifestyles, other customs, other traditions with the ways of God, it's simple, like ABC. It's not hard. We make it hard. I say it's simple, like ABC. We make it difficult. God gave us a book. God gave us this book. Knowing that we wasn't going to have a prophet here to go seek God or inquire about God. Knowing that there was going to be a time where we're going to be without a priest. And we can't have no priest here. Please, for crying out loud. For crying out loud, family. We cannot have a priest here because the priest has to be consecrated. So when you keep telling me and talking about the Shabbat's not being done right because there's an offering that has to go up, we can't do no offerings here.
Right.
God took those offerings away.
That's right.
But you keep telling me that we ain't doing the Shabbat right because we have to set up our offerings. How the hell are we going to set up offerings? How? Please tell me. How? To set up the offerings, you got to have a priest. We're never going to have a priest here. Because we can't do no consecration here. You can't. So you want a priest, go read the book, follow the standard, do the consecration, and see what happens. Go ahead, do it, man. Stop coming to me with this foolishness.
Knock yourself out.
Knock yourself out. You want to set up offerings and sacrifices? Knock yourself out. We don't even have a holy altar. You better not build that altar. You better not build that altar. See, you know what happened, man? We continue to do things that brings about a cut-off state of mind. We cut ourselves off from God. So when we begin to cut ourselves off from God by doing things that is contrary from God, now we begin to have thoughts and ideas and that are what? Against what God says.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. And that's what takes place. And then we begin to move on those thoughts and we begin to believe those thoughts. And you stand firm on it. Why? Because we are doing things that God said don't do. It's plain and simple as A, B, C, D, E, F. There's nothing difficult about the alphabet. And there ain't nothing difficult about that book. It's plain and simple. It's right there. But we continue to do things that cause us to be cut off from God.
There you go.
And because we continue to do things that cuts us off from God, now we're going to have forward thoughts. That's where the forward thoughts begin. We continue to do things that's contrary from God, and guess what? We come up with an excuse why we did it.
That part.
We come up with an excuse why we do it, and then we want God to accept it. People not ready. You're not ready for this, man. You're not ready, man. You're not ready, man. Y'all don't want to do these laws. Y'all don't want to do this. This calls for sacrifice, man. We have to sacrifice our likings to please God. We got to sacrifice our desire to serve God.
That's right.
Everything about us must be sacrificed for the purpose of serving God. That's what you sacrifice, man.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
One brother said, I said, brother, why you bald your head? He said, well, he said, my hair started to fall out and it was uneven. So I took everything off. I looked at you, I said, you don't fear God, man. Lord takwipu peat roshekem. Walo taskit peat zekwaneka. And that's deeper in the Hebrew. It ain't English. God commanded us not to touch our heads. God commanded us not to touch our beds. But we still have Israelites that don't fear God. And we continue to do things that God hates. How can God accept us and choose us with us going against? We continue to go against. And it has become irksome to my nerves. Because you know why it's irksome? Because you know what? You know how I get irked when I see you violating? Because I'm irked when I notice my own violations. Right. I'm on point with myself. I gotta be on point with myself first. Let's read.
Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 8. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image or any likeness of anything.
I hold that, man. Hold that. I ain't finished yet. Let's read this here. To resemble. It means to be like or similar. And we don't hold that in high regards. You remember Yehu? Family, people alive, everybody here. Do we remember or do we know who Yehu is? When Yehu was going to destroy the worshipers of Baal, right? What did he say? Think. What did he say? He said, bring what? Bring vestments of Baal, which means there are certain attire that comes with serving. There's a certain attire that comes with serving the true and living God. There's a certain attire that comes with Christians. There's a certain attire that comes with Muslims. Every religion has a certain attire.
That's right.
What's wrong with us, man? The only thing I can say is that we cut off because we're not getting it.
Bad video.
We're not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not clicking.
Mm.
There's a certain attire that comes with serving Baal.
Yeah.
That's why you say get vestments of Baal. Okay? So if there's a certain attire that comes with serving that idol, then there's a certain attire that comes with serving JC. There's a certain attire that comes with serving Lulu. There's a certain attire that comes with these different religions. And when we dress according to those people, then guess what? We can't get to God neither. God separate himself. See, those things like, look, we got a problem, man. We got a problem. There's a certain attire that comes with serving this God. Where's your robes? What happened to garments? What happened to turbans and garments and robes? Huh? This is our attire, not suit and tie. Not coming to teachers in a sweater or a t-shirt. Where's your garment, for crying out loud, man? Put on a robe. Put on a garment. And come to teachers at least. Because the garment, which is a beged, come from the root word bagad. Okay? Treacherous. Bagad means treacherous. Your garment that you wear covers and conceals the treachery that we have in us. Malachi. I'm just quoting Malachi. I said that's what the garment does. The garment covers and conceals the evil, the treachery that we have in us to a certain extent. Because some people put on their garment and they bugged out. They put on their garment and they still, sometimes they don't cover nothing. I don't know, man. I don't know. But the thing is that I'm not going to continue to worry about the people. Because now, us as parents, the parents are having children. Right? And the kids is growing up, 2, 3 years old, being guided opposite from what God said. Why is a 5-year-old sitting in the barber shop? Why are you so lazy? You can't braid his hair? Then you need to learn to braid. If you decide to have children, you don't cut the child's hair at 5 and 6 and 7 years old. That's not the way. And that's not the way that our forefathers, that's not the ancient path. But the man has grown to be lazy, and the woman has become lazy. We lazy, man. You want to have babies, learn to cook. You want to have babies, learn to braid. You want to have babies, learn to sew. Huh? Because now you have to provide for the house.
Okay.
Your husband probably have hair. Maybe he needs his hair braided. But I can't come to my wife to braid my hair because she can't braid. Go in the barber shop and cut your hair. Boil your head. Keep boiling it. Go ahead and keep boiling it and see if God accepts it. Keep it up. God damn, Mr. Clean. I can see my damn vision. I can see my appearance on your bald head. They go in the mirror, soap it up, get the razor. Hey, Isha, I'm ready. I finished, Isha. I'm ready now. Get the baby oil. Shine it up. And they keep it. Perfect fit. But we serve God. But we serve God, huh? We serve God? Oh. I said we serve God, huh? That's what, yeah, we serve God? Huh? I said, do we serve God? Make me angry, man. Make me angry, yo. Make me angry, man. Watch what you like. Watch the things that you like. Because whatever you like, it means that you feel attraction towards. These are the things that attracts you. It may be the things that you are attracted to, God don't accept. We have begun to be attracted to things that God hates. We take pleasure in things, which is your enjoyments, that God hates. Your character means a lot, man. Characteristics, mental and ethical traits. What is ethical traits? Ethical traits are personal characteristics which are unique traits that makes an individual different from others, which defines a person's personality. Your character tells me how you think. I say your character tells me what type of person you are. Values and beliefs that aligns with a set of moral principles. And the moral principles are which guides an individual to make decisions and act in a way that is considered right, disregarding your emotions. I said disregard your emotions, people. If you don't disregard your emotions, your decisions will not be right. Because we make up decisions. We make decisions according to our emotions and not according to how God feels. This is why when you're judging a matter, you have to get rid of emotions. Because we judge matters according to how we feel and not according to what God says. Now, I'm not talking bad about having emotions. Ain't nothing wrong with having emotions. God got emotions. But when your emotions are not directed, it's not directed, or when your emotions gets in the way of you serving God, now we got a problem. Now we got a problem. I said, family, now we have a problem. Yeah. Because you are allowing yourself, you are allowing your feelings to get in the way of you serving God. Okay? Mental traits. Mental traits are consistent patterns. Wait a minute. You hear this, man?
Consistent.
I said mental traits are consistent patterns. What is consistent patterns? A consistent
Done the
pattern
same way
is
all the
something
time.
that is done over and over.
Same procedure.
Right.
Same procedure. Now you see why God said practice. Because whatever you practice becomes habitual. You can create your own habits. I said, fam, you can create your own habits by constantly repeating patterns. By repeating patterns over and over and over and over and over again. But just make sure that those patterns that I'm repeating is what? Is within the means of the laws of God. Is within the means of the laws of God. Huh? You create your own patterns. I can't back up off the pattern that I didn't create on my own, but my Father created these patterns. My Father raised me up one way, and it's my duty to follow in the footsteps of my Father.
That's right.
It's my duty to follow in the footsteps of my Father, of the things that He showed me that was lawful and right by God. So I can't turn away. I'm not going to come up with nothing new that my Father ain't shown me.
That's right.
Scratch that.
You ain't smarter than your Father. You think you're going to get closer to God than your Father? Huh? Let's read, brother.
Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 8. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth
Thou
beneath.
shalt not make thee
Any graven image.
any graven image. Wait a minute. Okay, so graven images in the Hebrew is a fesel. Okay? A fesel is an idol. Right? So what are graven images? Graven images also refers to the concept of cult image, which is paganism. A human-made object, often a statue or a figurine. Figurines are carved or molded figurines or statuettes that represents a person, animal, or deity. It's an image or likeness of any living thing that God created that has been carved or sculpted. Idols are false gods. An idol, the definition of an idol is also a likeness of something, form or appearance, visible without substance. Okay? Without substance means without life. Okay, go ahead, read.
Or any likeness of anything.
Okay, wait a minute. It says you should not have, read that verse over, verse 8. Let's get an
Thou
understanding.
shalt not make thee any graven image.
Thou shalt not make thee any graven image.
Or any likeness
Or
of
any
anything.
likeness. The Hebrew word for likeness is temuna.
That's right. That's right.
Temuna. And those who know Hebrew know that it means pictures.
Picture. That's right.
Plain and simple.
That's right.
We have other words for likenesses, but this specific word for likeness means pictures. Okay? A likeness. And I don't even have to use the Hebrew. The definition of likeness means a resemblance.
Okay.
A resemblance is a likeness.
That's right.
Lord have mercy. Did we finish school?
No.
Do we have reading comprehension?
Mm-hmm.
Can we comprehend the words
That's why.
that are coming out of the mouth of God?
Mm-hmm.
Likeness is a resemblance. A resemblance is a likeness. Let's forget about the Hebrew.
Right.
Forget about Hebrew right now.
Mm-hmm.
A likeness is a resemblance. So if I have a picture of myself, that is a likeness or a resemblance of me.
Mm-hmm. Teach.
But people like to add on to what God said.
Yeah. And take away.
You know why they add on to what God said and take away? Because they don't want to stop doing it, what they like to do.
There you go.
See, these laws and commandments restricts us. We're not supposed to be the same like the people.
Okay.
We didn't do nothing the same like the people.
Mm-hmm.
We did nothing the same like the people.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Look, Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha.
Mm-hmm.
It said a man had a son, right? And his son died. And because his son died, he made an image of his son.
Mm-hmm.
Soon taken away, now honors him as a god.
Oh gosh.
Now, what was the honoring? The honoring was him making an image of his dead son.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? In Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14. Right? I'm going to go to the spot. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 15. It says, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he had made an image of his son, of his child, soon taken away, now honored him as a god, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. You know what the ceremonies and sacrifices are? The ceremonies and sacrifices is the funerals. We didn't have repasts. We didn't do none of that, man. These are the customs of the nations.
Right.
Why do we have to have a repast? Why we can't just bury the poor soul, cry, and grieve, and mourn, and leave it like that? Why we gotta do everything these people do? Why? Can you show me a repast in this book? No, so why we do it? It's plain and simple, man. It's plain and simple. If you can't show me that Abraham had a repast for Sarah, then don't tell me about no repast. I'm not having no repast. Because 2 weeks ago or a week before, I told you the origin of repast. I told you the origin of all these things. Now it's your choice whether you want to hear or forbear. Well, that's fake news. That's okay. Do what you want to do, man. Have all the repasses you want to have. Keep celebrating the things that God did not accept. Go ahead, do you, man. I'm just tired.
Keep your pictures.
I'm tired. Keep your pictures. Go ahead. But keep my name out your mouth.
Right.
Keep my name out your mouth.
There you go.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't talk bad about you. Listen, man. Keep my name out your mouth. Stop telling people that I go overboard. I don't go overboard. Overboard. That's what the book says.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the book says. The book says that. Overboard. You need to serve God being cautious.
Mm-hmm.
We have to serve God being cautious.
Mm-hmm.
What if you are in violation? I said, what if you are in violation? Have you ever thought about that? And I don't expect people that violate the laws and the commandments of God willingly to understand that book.
Mhm.
Ha ha.
Bingo.
You keep sitting in the barbershop getting the Caesar.
Mhm.
What law you gonna understand?
Mhm.
You continue to eat things you ain't got no business eating. What law you gonna understand?
Mhm.
The wisdom of God come through the performance of the commandments of God.
Okay.
So in order to get the wisdom and the height of this, I gotta perform these laws and start putting it into action. Wisdom ain't coming to you because you don't tread lightly when it's concerning God. You don't tread lightly when it's concerning these laws. Huh? We continue to buy meat from these stores, not knowing how the animal died, not knowing if it was torn by beasts. And these are the laws and the standards in the curriculum of God. But when man speak on it, you get angry.
It's a problem. It becomes a problem.
But when certain things is spoken about, you get rubbed the wrong way. You're supposed to get rubbed the wrong way because that's supposed to make you change. That is the purpose of you getting rubbed the wrong way.
That's right.
When you feel a certain way, say, you know what? Something must be wrong. I got to change this. I got to change this.
Mhm.
When Mother Leah had Dina, do we think Leah put pants on little Dina?
No.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Dina ain't have on no pants.
Mhm.
Huh? What's the man that had 7 daughters? Zelo Pre. He had 7 daughters. He ain't put pants on his 7 daughters. Who else had daughters? Please name them. None of the daughters that was born or we read about in this book wore pants.
That's right.
They didn't wear pants. But today, 2026, the women wear pants. And they say ain't nothing wrong with it. You are out of your mind. God said follow the ancient path when you find it. Because not everybody find it. We look for the ancient path and we search for the ancient path, but did you find the ancient path? Did you find it? Maybe God hid it from you because you ain't worthy. I said, maybe God hid it from you because you ain't worthy.
There you go.
God will only reveal certain things to certain people who have made themselves worthy before God.
Yeah.
Follow the ancient path, man. Follow what God says, man. Read the book and do according to what we read in the book. It's that easy. You don't gotta keep. Let's read, brother. Let's read, brother.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth.
Or that is in the waters beneath the earth. Read.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto
Now
them.
he said, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them. The Hebrew word for bow down is tistakaweh. Tistakaweh means to prostrate. Tistakaweh means to worship. You know what worship is? You know the depths of worshiping God? Huh? To worship God is the submission to God out of a heart of awe. You know what awe is? Awe is fear.
Yeah.
Awe is like
Overwhelming
fear. We don't have. We got to develop these feelings. We don't have these feelings for God. We don't have these feelings for God, man. But we don't really believe God neither. We don't believe God. Because belief triggers action.
Yeah.
Reverence.
There you go.
Adoration.
Mm-hmm.
A heart of awe is an overwhelming feeling of reverence for God, admiration for the Creator. It's an extreme form of love for God, unquestioning devotion to God that you don't question you read.
Okay.
And even though you may not understand it, all I need to know is God says, thou shalt.
That's it.
All I need to know is God said, thou shalt not.
Right.
I don't need to be explained every cotton picking thing in the book.
Right.
Because God said it's okay. It has to be okay with you. Later on down the line, the reason will come to you. Things will come to you later.
Mm-hmm.
We have to fulfill the commandments of God
Mm-hmm.
without blind allegiance.
Yeah. There you go.
Blind allegiance. You know what blind allegiance is?
Right.
That's a quality that not everybody don't have.
Nope.
A lot of us want explanations.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us want to know why.
Mm-hmm.
I say a lot of us want explanations and we want to know why before we fulfill the commandments of God.
Okay.
Before we do what we know we're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
When you had that type of mentality, I'm sorry, pal, but you can't serve God.
No, you can't.
I'm sorry, pal,
No,
but you can't serve God, pal.
that's right.
I'm sorry. When you had that type of mentality, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. That's
I'm
right.
sorry.
That's right.
Let's read.
Thou shalt not bow down. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God. What does jealous means? What it means to be jealous. Intolerant of unfaithfulness. Not tolerant. You know what not tolerant means? Unwilling to accept. Are we hearing this, man? Let's listen to these key words. This is why it's very important to follow the ways of God and not the ways of the people. Because not tolerant, intolerant means unwilling to accept of your ways. Thought patterns that's different from what God says. Let me read that again. Intolerant means unwilling to accept of your ways, which means my ways has to be God's ways.
That's right.
Are we understanding this?
Bang,
When your ways is not God's ways, not God's ways, your ways. Your ways has to be God's ways.
bang. Right.
Your thought pattern cannot differ or be different from what God says. Your thought pattern has to be the same as God. We're not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, we're not getting it.
Mm-mm.
I said, we're not getting it. Are we blocked?
Mm.
Did God cut us off?
Apparently.
I said, did God cut us off? Is this why we're not understanding these words or is not clicking? What are we doing in our life that's causing us to bring about this cutoff state of mind? Because the cutoff begins here.
Mm-hmm.
I said, we begin to get cut off here first. Before I left, it came here. Before the argument and the strife, the negative thought came here. Everything begins in the mind. Everything. Good thoughts and evil thoughts. I don't know what's wrong with us, man. Let's read, brother.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them, but I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers.
Wait a minute. What is that? Visiting?
Visiting the iniquity of
Porqued
the fathers.
haon. The word for visit is porqued. Come from the root word paquad. It means to visit. It means to remember. It means to command. Which means God commands your iniquities to be visited upon your son. My sins and my iniquities will be visited upon my son. And your iniquities will be visited upon your son. And these things, iniquity is passed through by DNA. DNA. That's right. It's in the genes. Why? Because from the very day that Adam ate from the tree of good and evil, then the seed, that evil seed, was sown in the heart of man. Yes, it was sown in us, but we can fight it. We don't have to succumb to it. I don't have to be that way.
Right.
I said, I don't have to be that way, and you don't have to be that way. We don't. We don't gotta continue to move the same way we've been moving. We don't have to settle for that, man. Let's read.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Unto the third and fourth generation of my enemies. Lesson 9. We become the enemies of God when we go against these laws. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. When we go against God, we become the enemies of God. Like enemies of the state, we become enemies of God. And if we become God's enemies, then how the hell God gonna love you? God can't love you if you keep going against. God love us. And stop lying to the people, brother.
Right.
Stop lying to the people and tell the people the truth.
That's right.
About God love us. And we moving every way instead of God's way.
Okay.
We moving every other way instead of the ways of God. But God love us. Sound like the church. Reverend Pork Chop. God love a cheerful giver. All you gotta do is believe. Believe. They're like, yeah, I believe. Then the sister Hogmaw start catching the ghost. I believe. Then she start dropping the floor. Bunch of foolishness. That's what this is. Church. Now you don't believe God. You don't believe God.
No.
You don't believe God because it will trigger actions.
That's right.
You don't believe God because you ain't afraid. You're not scared. We didn't have barbershops in Israel.
Okay.
Alicia here fell out because he had evil disease. And he died of an evil disease. And it fell out. Let's read, brother.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
And showing mercy to thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Yeah. The mercy of God is when God chooses not to punish an individual for their wrongdoing, despite being deserving of it. When your son deserves to get his butt whipped and you spare him, but he deserved to get his butt whipped, that's the same thing God did to us. We deserve to get punished for our violations, but because he's all merciful, he restrained himself and held himself back, even though we deserve it. Mercy invokes feelings of forgiveness. Okay? I said mercy invokes feelings of forgiveness. So a person that is merciful, quick to forgive, it goes hand in hand. A person that is merciful can forgive. A person that have a hard time forgiving is not merciful. It goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. And forgiveness leads to the releasing or letting go in order to move forward. You cannot move forward if I don't learn to let go. Because I continue to hold on and hold on and hold on and hold on to the past. But I got to let go in order to excel. Let's read.
Verse 11.
Verse 11.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. For the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
Wait a minute. Go back to 10.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my
And
commandments.
showing mercy to thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. So if you love God, you will keep his laws. If you love God, you will keep his commandments. Love is actions. Love is not shown. Love is not shown. I'm sorry. I apologize. Love is not told, but it's shown. Don't tell me you love me. Show me you love me. Show me you love me by actions, by the things that you do. That's how you can show a person that you love them. And we show our love for God by taking heed to his commandments. By taking heed to his commandments. You show that you love your parents by honoring them and doing what they said. You show that you love your husband by doing what he said.
That's right.
Tom sheet.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. What is vain? Well, what it means to take God's name in vain. The Hebrew word for vain is shalom. Sheen, wav, aleph. It means nothingness or holds no value or worthless. Right? He said, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Read.
For the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh.
For the Lord will not hold him guiltless. And the Hebrew word for guiltless is nakwa. Nun, quoth, hey. You know what nakwa means? Nakwa means you will not be pure or innocent. You will not be without guilt, meaning feeling free from the responsibility of your wrongdoings against God and man. So there's no way that I can be pure or innocent taking God's name in vain. Tom, see?
For the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
Read.
Keep the SHABBAT day to sanctify it, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. 6 days shalt thou labor.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. Read.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it?
Thou shalt not do any work.
Thou shalt not do any work.
Thou.
Thou.
Nor thy son.
Nor thy son.
Nor thy daughter.
Nor thy
Nor
daughter.
thy manservant.
Nor thy manservant.
Nor thy maidservant.
Nor thy maidservant.
Nor thine ox.
Nor thine
Nor
ox.
thine ass.
Nor thine ass.
Nor any of thy cattle.
Nor any of thy cattle.
Nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Okay.
That thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest as well as thou. And remember that thou wast the servant in the land of Egypt.
Remember that you served the Egyptians. Don't forget your past. Because a lot of us forget our past and we end up repeating it.
That's right.
We end up repeating the same thing over and over. All it takes is for somebody to get you angry and you revert right back to what you know best. It's paganism.
Man.
Paganism. Tom, see?
And remember that thou wast the servant in the land of Egypt, and that the Lord thy God brought thee out thence through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore the Lord thy God commanded thee to keep the SHABBAT day. Verse 16.
Tom, see?
Honor thy father and thy mother.
What is honor? Kabed e abika we imeka. Lema anya alikun yameka. Kabed means what? honor and glorify. Honoring your parents is showing them respect, obedience. Honoring your parents is being appreciative.
Always talk good about it.
You know, when you're appreciative of your parents, you ain't got nothing bad to say about them.
Because you appreciate them.
Because I appreciate the things that he or she, that mama and papa did. So now, if I appreciate my mother, there's nothing that my mother can do or my father can do that will cause me to talk bad about them. Why? Because I realized that I could have been flushed in the toilet. Because I realized that my mama could have had an abortion. I didn't have to be here.
Gave you up for adoption.
Recognizing their authority and providing when needed, treating them with consideration and high regard. Okay? Tom sheet.
Honor thy father and thy mother as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee,
Read.
that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth.
Read.
Thou shalt not murder.
Thou shalt not murder. Lo tirza. Don't take a life that's not justifiable according to the laws of God. Read.
Neither shalt thou commit adultery.
What is adultery? The Hebrew word for adultery is tinah. It also means to fornicate. Now, fornicate is intercourse between two people, male and female, not married. If I have a wife, you stick to your wife. We should not be having wives. We have wives, but then we look elsewhere to get our pleasure. We get elsewhere to look for pleasure.
Not satisfied.
Now, that's fornicating.
That breeds fornication.
Now, adultery for a man and woman is different. Adultery for a man is when he cohabitate with a married woman. Adultery for a woman is when she cohabitate with a man that's not her husband. Why is it this way? Because God said a man can have 2, 3, 4 wives, as many as he can take care of.
Right.
A lot of us use this law. A lot of men, not the woman, a lot of men use this law to sleep around.
Yeah.
So they sleep around with different women, but when the women do it, they call her a whore. So what are you? You're a whore too. But it's mainly amongst the men. You got wives at home. You don't need to sleep around. You don't need to sleep around. Because that's called fornication. You're fornicating. And when we begin and we continue to fornicate, you can't get close to God being a fornicator. You can't get to God sleeping around with all these different women. But guess what? That is a decision that the men must come up with themselves. You have to make that decision within yourself. I was king fornicator. Yeah. I was king fornicator. And I noticed by me sleeping around with these different women, guess what happened with my spirit? It put a different spirit upon me. And I'm telling you this from experience. By me sleeping around with all these different women, it put a different spirit on me. And the spirit that was put on me wasn't a godly spirit. It was a type of spirit to pull me away from God. I said it was a type of spirit that started to pull me away from the keeping of the commandments of God, to where you begin to notice certain feelings. You begin to notice certain things within yourself, and you got to immediately check it. Immediately, because it will take you over.
That's right.
Being a whoremonger pulls you away, it turns your heart away from serving God. How I know? Because I've done it. I've been sleeping around and I've noticed myself being drawn away, being pulled away from what God says, man. I noticed it, man. Can't get close to God sleeping around, fornicating with all these women, man. Can't. Wife, woman, Isha. A man can only have 2 wives if he's able to take care of it. A lot of us just talk smoke. We just talking. We just talk, but we really can't afford 2 wives. We can't afford 2 wives. They just talking. They're just talking. Like they say, they chatting. That's all he doing is chatting. But you can't take care of 2 wives. Are you able to have that woman sit home and don't work and take care of the house? Now you get another wife. Now you got to pay 2 rents. And I can't diminish from the first one to take care of this one. Go to the first wife. Baby, let me get some of this cereal. Let me get some of this milk, beans, and rice. I got to take it to my other wife. You can't have 2 wives, brother. You can't have 2 wives. He just chatting. He just talking. What he would like to do. What I'm dreaming about. You could dream in your dreams. In your dreams, you can have 2 wives. But when reality strike, it bears down on your pockets.
Rip your pockets off.
That's right. Because whatever I give the first one, I got to give the second one. If I'm pleasuring the first one, I got to be able to have the strength and the ability to pleasure the second one. You know why? Because the first one going to throw it in the second one. Well, I had him last night, child, and we had a good time where we enjoyed ourselves. He did this and he did the other, and she started going into detail. Now the second wife start feeling a certain way. She got attitude now. I come around here, I see you had a good time with Marmalade. You had a good time with your first wife, but when I'm gonna get mine? Yeah. So you got to be able to satisfy both. You can't satisfy both. You need to leave them alone. Stick to your one. That's it. Read.
Verse 19. Neither shalt thou steal.
Steal, rob, or deceive. Tom sheep.
Neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor. Let's get into this here, man. You should not answer or respond or testify as a lying witness. Why do we go and spread rumors? We spread rumors, we gossip, we talk, and then we tell people certain things, and we say certain things, and now there's a disruption. I said, now there's a disruption. A lot of people had mentioned and said things that causes disruptions. Disruptions. Do you think before you talk, no, maybe I should not say this or tell this person that because it's going to cause friction in this man's house? Nothing good is going to come about this. Huh?
That's right.
We like trouble, man. We like mischief. Trouble. We like strife. Mischief. We like mischief. If ain't nothing happening, I want to be, I got to start something. I don't like gossipers. Gossipers start trouble.
Liars.
Gossipers, when you gossip, you start trouble and you bring strife and mischief and you turn things upside down, turmoils. Women gossip with women and men gossip with men. The woman go to another woman, hey, child, well, you know what I heard? I heard this, and this, and this. And then the sister that heard it, she reacts on it. The brother that heard it, he reacts on it. We sick. We some sick
Like
people.
talking about each other.
We some sick people, man. We some real sick people. We sick, man. Let's read this last verse, brother.
Verse 21. Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife.
Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife. She ain't yours, brother.
Why you in her face?
She ain't yours. Says she ain't yours. She's mine.
That's right.
Huh?
Attention.
You know what covet means?
Uh-huh.
Coveting comes from a feeling of not being satisfied with what one has, which leads to other negative emotions like envy, jealousy, and theft. That's what coveting is. I ain't satisfied with what I got. I want yours.
I want yours.
I want yours.
Yes.
I want what belongs to you. I had it. I had it. This was mine. But I dropped it. Listen, man. Covet is when you yearn to possess a strong or wrongful desire for something that belongs to someone else, disregarding other people's rights.
It's not yours.
It ain't mine.
She's not yours.
What is lust?
Yeah.
Lust is an intense, often selfish craving for physical gratification.
Selfish.
Physical gratification. Physical gratification is receiving satisfaction from your physical actions or sensation, fulfilling bodily desires, enjoying sensory experience. I hope everybody was inspired by the words of God.
Absolutely.
I hope everybody take heed to these words and become a better people. We become better before God only by taking heed from these words. And when I speak and teach, please don't think that I'm angry. I'm just passionate.
Very serious.
I'm not angry.
You're serious about it.
I'm not yelling. I'm not screaming. I'm not yelling. My intention is not to yell. I don't want you to feel like I'm yelling at you. No, I just get real passionate when I speak about God. That's how I get.
That's the word. Passion.
I just get passion. That's the passion that I have in me for God.
Zeal.
But my desire is to change the hearts of the people towards God. That's my desire. My desire is to influence people to a better way of life. That's what I influence people to do. I influence people to serve God and fulfill the commandments of God. I don't want to influence you to do nothing that is contrary. Lord have mercy, please. I don't want to influence you to do nothing else. My only purpose is to influence you to serve God and keep his commandments, but that is the whole duty of man. And that is also the woman's duty. Serve God, keep his commandments. Anybody have any more questions? Any questions before I close out?
It's not a question. It's a joke. Brother Zachariah said, you gotta have the fire department outside your house.
Zacharias, that's my brother right there. Any questions? You don't have any more questions, family? We'll be starting tomorrow at 10:30. And we started back having the second half too. So we'll have a second half. All right. Do we acknowledge the book of Enoch?
No?
Yes. Yes. Yes, but those books there is like that. Those books are for teachers. You know why? Because to go into those books, you have to be grounded in the law. You got to be grounded in this first, because first you got to be grounded in this in order to understand those things.
Yes.
A lot of people don't accept the book of Enoch. Why? Because it speaks about certain things. It speaks about some heavy things that the people today don't accept.
Because it's straight and direct.
Because it's straight and direct.
Straight and direct. A lot of stuff is straight.
A lot of things that you read in those books is straight and direct.
They're supposed to be.
So, any more questions? I enjoyed y'all company, giving time to watch my channel, watch the teachings. I hope everybody has learned what was brought. Again, I'm not angry. I'm just passionate, and my desire is for the people to turn towards God and take this more seriously. And with that, I'm gonna say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.